Hey guys, this is GamerGal. Welcome back to another Pokemon Violet's Wonderlocke episode. This time we are doing the Levincia section. So we'll fight Nemona, I think for the first time since we started the gym challenge, kind of funny, and Iono herself. Going in a little bit underleveled for this one, for the most part, because we are looking at level 24 for Iono, and the gym does actually have trainers that we have to fight as well. So factoring in the Nemona battle here as well, I think this should be fine. The only one I'm a little bit concerned about is Shaker, but it only just leveled up to 22, so I think we will be okay in that front. So yeah, item-wise, pretty sure I should put some more stuff on, but to be honest with you, I can't really be bothered right now. So let's not do that until we actually go do the gym stuff. So, Iono herself, of course, is an electric gym, but Nemona is a balanced character, so she does tend to use a bunch of stuff, and I believe she always starts with the Rockruff at this point, so yeah, I'm close by. I love the Sleepy Jolteon in the background here as well. It's just very endearing. Very much what a Jolteon of mine would be like as well. It's the one that chose to be number 3. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that's the enthusiasm. She'd basically force you to do it anyway. So, yep. Nothing really to say about that. Yep, you gotta see what the battle court is like, check it out. There's not really any gimmicks on the battle courts. That would be kind of cool though, right? Like, they've done it on a couple of fights in previous games, right? Especially the Isle of Armor DLC had either Psychic Terrain or Toxic Spikes on the field for the final fight in the main sort of bit there, and I don't know, I think they could have done so. Imagine the Iono fight starting with Electric Terrain on the field or something. That would have been cool, right? Anyhow, yeah, Rockruff coming out here. We will basically counter that. We haven't seen Cacnea in a little bit, so I thought, you know what, let's start this way around, see what we can do. I don't think she sets Stealth Rock at the moment. She'll set Stealth Rock later. Double Team is gross though. No Magical Leaf for me. That would have been pretty good to have taught for this actually, but Bullet Seed thankfully does hit, and we only need 2 hits to make this work, so yeah. At this point, even if you haven't done what I've done and gone for the DLC stuff to get TMs and whatnot, at this stage you should have access to quite a few decent ones. If you have a good water type, you can have Surf from this particular city, so yeah, you should be looking pretty strong at this stage. Loaded Dice is also, as I've said before, available in the shop in this particular city, so that's not really something that I have to, well, flinch is kind of annoying. That's not really something I have to be like, or, you know, justify that I've got it anymore, because you can literally buy it here. I think if you also do the trainer fights before coming into town, like if, you know, the league rep will give you a loaded dice, I think. I can't remember if it's loaded dice or like Clear Amulet. I know Clear Amulet is from one of them, but it's just whichever one it is, I don't know. But yeah, Cacnea with loaded dice, pretty strong it turns out. So the only thing I don't remember is, do we have to worry about like wing attack here? So I think I should probably protect turn 1 just to check. Yeah, we can, except my rule set says I can't, so heck you, Nemona. But yeah, no, I want to check for wing attack because I know it gets it as a level up move. I'm pretty sure it should have it by now, but I just want to make sure, do we have to worry about that here? Because that would be pretty bad to get hit by, right? We do. Quaxwell is known more for doing physical attack. I'm at 58 health though. I'm pretty sure I should survive it. Like, even if it crits, I think I should be fine, because, yeah. Okay, maybe not if it crit. I thought it was going to do less than that, I'll be totally honest with you. Maybe should have thought about that a little bit more, but oh well. It's fine. Crit totally valid. I was going to get the 4th hit anyway, so... Is that the excuse that you're giving here? Or maybe it's because I'm using a move that hits multiple times, and so I have multiple chances to get a critical hit. Ever thought about it that way? Anyway, yeah, that was the pretty straightforward fight. Yeah, we actually didn't get that much experience off of it, which is fine. Ingrain, definitely don't want to learn that. The extra health is nice, but not being able to switch is really bad. Taunt, I think, is reasonable. I don't think we need Fake Tears at the moment. I don't honestly see me clicking Taunt very often, but you never know, so we will teach it anyway, why not? Tandemass learning Encore. Encore is a good move. I don't really see it being useful against the AI though, so we will just skip that one, I think. I love Cacnea. It's just such a goofy Pokemon. It's just really not very good is the thing, right? But man, it's cool to see them in there. Yeah, well, maybe we've done this in the past, who knows? Challenge you literally right now, but champions have to be understood. At least you've worked that out at this point. I hope you get even stronger. Oh, we will. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we'll get there. You got this. Yeah. So cool. Yeah. So we didn't overlevel, which is nice. Let's go ahead and swap a little bit of stuff out here. We are going to pass up on you, and honestly, I think I'm just gonna keep Corvisquire for the experience, not necessarily because it needs to actually be used here, but the experience gain would be kind of nice. I'm sort of tempted to teach like Bulldoze to Shaker over here as well, but it's like, do I actually need to though? Probably not. And I mean, the Ace has got Levitate anyway, so it's probably not that good. Is there even anything I do want to teach it then? Probably not. I don't know. I mean, we could. We could teach it something like the Rock Slide or whatnot to be better. Zen Headbutt's a very interesting thing for it to learn by now, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. Maybe I teach it Protect, actually, so that I can do the Protect leftover stuff. That's probably the best bet. So let's do that. I guess I could go ahead, but I don't need to. Let's not keep umming and ahhing over it. We'll give it the leftovers, and then just everything else can take citrus berries for now. I guess is probably fine. Flittle actually has something else that I do need to give it, which is the light clay. So we need to go down and find wherever that's gone. I've got so many items by now, just picking up a bunch of stuff. I've gone around a lot of the different towns at this point just to get fly points for later on in the game. As you can see, I've got the Assault Vest as a result as well. That is also very tempting to give. I think actually maybe that's better than... but I do have Defense Curl. Do I even use Defense Curl here? Probably not. Yeah, let's give the Assault Vest over here just to be a little bit on the safer side, because the special attacks that we'd be dealing with here are quite nasty for Phanpy. So yeah, let's do that. And then we're also just gonna put. Are we gonna put Phanpy out? Yeah, we'll. Again, I'm in an hour and everything. I'm gonna put Phanpy out front for the challenge stuff here. Maybe I don't use it for Iono, like using it first, but I will put it out for the actual like main fights and stuff here. So yeah, head outside, we'll see what to do. Now Phanpy's ability is pickup, so I guess we don't get to use that right now, but honestly it wouldn't give us anything useful, so I don't really care. It's time for the Iono Zone! Oh man, when Iono's Japanese voice was first showing off the character and stuff, I hated this one. I'm not like a big VTuber person at all, right? I don't hate them or anything. I know at least a couple the people that have gone that sort of route, and they're awesome, but it just doesn't, like, it's not for me. I think it's just because of the way that most of them are presented. Let's be real here. But I don't know. You can absolutely do it right, and her voice was not the way to do it, was what I'm trying to get at. The English voice I think was a little bit better, but it's been a long time since I've heard it at this point, so... Hello? What? You guys know each other or something? Yeah, because Clavel's the head teacher, so... Real aura about it. Uh-huh. You are too kind, yeah. Since you're today's challenger, have to play hide and seek with Mr. Walksabout here. Yep. Find him 3 times and we'll pass the test. Heck yeah! Where in Levincia is Mr. Walkabout? Nothing iffy about it or anything. Yep, it's brand safe. Don't worry about it, Iono. Yep. Get ready to go hide. Uh-huh. You're fine. You could sure run fast if you need to, though, can't you? So, yep. So this is what it is. You get pictures. So you have to see there's a Iono Zone at the top. That's kind of cool. You you get pictures. So you have to just go ahead and try and find where the where Clavel is. It's kind of cool. There's big old Jolteon in the front as well, but yeah, so you can highlight a few things if you go like, wrong answer sort of thing, and I don't know what happens actually, because I've never actually clicked on one that's wrong, but whatever. Come out here, you silly Pokemaniac. Yep, so we have to do a couple of gym fights here as well, the Iono Life Squad. See, this hits really close to home, doesn't it? Because with the whole, like, yeah, they definitely nailed the whole streamer thing. But like, man. For real though. I don't know. Anyway, very good defense on Phanpy. It's naturally strong that way. It's not so good at special defense. That's what the Assault Vest is good for. But that'll mostly be if it ends up... Oh, okay. That was a little bit more experience than I wanted it to gain there. Okay. Well, I don't remember if it's 2 or 3 fights that we have to do here, but if it's 3, then we'll probably be in trouble when it comes to using Phanpy for Iono herself here. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. We might not get to use it after all. That would be very, very sad, to be honest with you. Anyway, Gym Trainer Michael here sends up Tynamo, which has Levitate, so you can't just use a ground move against it. It's only level 22, so hopefully we'll be fine. We'll just use Play Rough here. I was thinking of switching, but like, nah, oh, well, that didn't actually KO it, so I suppose we probably should switch then. Let's go ahead and bring Tandemaus in. It's not going to take anything from a tackle, really. I should have put the wide lens back on Tandemaus, actually, because it has 90% accurate moves here. So that could also be like a little bit of a problem. But I think we're fine. We can just low sweep it. That is 100% accurate. It's double hit that's not. So that's the only one to be a little bit concerned about. Yeah, so the goal here is not to switch in Phanpy again, because I don't want to gain any extra experience, especially because this is an evolution mon. This one would actually hurt quite a bit, so... Double hits, we're going to trigger static at some stage here, surely, but... I guess not, okay. Charge is spooky, though. This thing is pretty powerful, so I guess if we... I suppose U-turn is probably the best bet here, because it's like, I didn't think it was going to KO, but I don't want to risk the miss here, and we really just want to send out something that's a little bit better against electric attacks. Because the problem is, if it went, oh, our Cotton Spore doesn't even work because we're a grass type, that's kind of funny. If it went for, like, Thundershock even, because it's doubled in power, that might have actually been enough to get the KO. So I really didn't want to chance that. You know, the number one thing you can do in Nuzlocke is to lose them is to get complacent, and that's absolutely not what we're doing here. Level 24, exactly where we need to be. Trying to learn Slam. Slam is not a very good move in the slightest. I think we will just keep our play rough there. Thank you very much. I want to keep Defense Curl, even though I can't use it with the Assault Vest here, because I want to be able to use it in the fight. Oh! I forgot this thing evolves at this level too. Ha! Well, that is absolutely perfect, to be honest with you, because this solves the move issue stuff, because I believe it gets Salt Cure up there when it bingies up, right? So, yeah, this should be fine. We'll keep the Protect, if that's what I believe. Yeah, we'll keep the Protect. We'll teach Salt Cure over the Iron defense here, and it's good chip damage. Just can't use it versus the Starmobiles and whatnot, but yeah, good chip damage indeed. Hopefully we don't have to do a third fight though, because if we do, then I think we're losing a couple of these bonds to it, so yeah, that would be really bad. There's a Pokemon battle going on, ha ha ha! And yeah, this one, there's not really a lot of stuff to look at, so hope you'll find your treasure just as much ease. Yep, hopefully so. A super fast Elektross crawling out of the ocean! Yay! Hot diggity dang! Woo! Alright then. Thankfully we don't have to do a third one. I don't really remember the finer details when it comes to the stuff here, because normally I don't have to concern myself with, you know, am I doing too many fights, like am I over leveling with the bits here. But we are actually at pretty much the right level for where I want to be with this, which is very good. So I think we should be good to go. Just thinking, is there anything else we want to teach? I don't believe so. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do the battles here. We might as well start with Phanpy, to be honest with you. I think it is definitely going to overlevel, but I don't think I really want it for the next fight anyway. The next fight is level 25, so again, we're still not really getting much of a break when it comes to the level gaps. It's still incredibly close to each other at all times so far. So yeah, I don't know, it's a bit spooky. You ready? That's why we need a bunch of different Pokemon to have, so we can rotate them around here. Your eyeballs are mine! Ha 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 ha! Yep, as always. Hello. I mean, it's funny seeing the contact lens stuff as well. Like, man, that is certainly a color to go for. Again, she's not the worst designed. She is just a little gremlin, let's be fair, but she's not the worst designed. It was just literally the voice was so terrible. I think it's because I mean, it certainly hit the streamer vibe so well that it hurt, I think, is probably the other thing. Electro King gave I have some $3. Like I said, they nailed it. They hit it out of the park with this one. Whether that's a good thing or not is up to your own interpretation. But yep, Iono time. Iono has 4 Pokemon, so actually a lot to go with here. So we are definitely over leveling on some of the stuff here, but that's okay. Like I said, I don't really think I need Phanpy for the next one. So. And yeah, we start with a Wattrel, not a Pokemon that you can hit with a ground attack. So just like Elisa in Gen 5, there is the... this could be very dangerous, by the way, but I have faith. I think we can handle it. Yeah, just like Elisa in the past, Iono does not necessarily fall to only using ground attacks. There's a couple of other things that do, but mostly it's okay. Actually, doesn't this have Water Gun as a thing? But I have the Assault Vest, I should be fine, right? Oh, we're also just faster than it? Ah, that did very, very little. Okay. Yeah, it does have Water Gun. That's why the Assault Vest is useful, at the very least. So this is rollout number 4, which is going to get the KO here. And now we have one more to deal with, but it's Luxio that comes out now. So we'd be in a lot more trouble if her ace came out here, but thankfully that's not the way that it works, so we will be able to survive this. I think it's like the worst it could do is Bite Flinch, right? Which doesn't even happen here. And this is rollout number 5, so oh wow, nice crit as well. But it didn't really matter, but even with the Intimidate, didn't really matter, but that's fine. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to use Phanpy for the next fight, but that is absolutely a-okay with me. And yes, and Mismagius is the last one. Iono, I think, has got the most intelligent of the Terastals in the game, because this has Levitate, right? So now it's going to be an electric type with Levitate. It has no weakness, which is very interesting indeed. So I think our best bet is probably to go into Shaker here. It does have Hex as an option, so having Purifying Salt is really good here. And yeah, obviously Intimidated, we're not really going to do anything that way. Its Charge Beam is the other thing that it has, so Iono power, go! So yeah, I think we'll be okay. Charge Beam stacking is the spooky bit. Pun sort of intended, I guess. That's the part that might get scary, but I think so long as we can Salt Cure it, we will be totally fine here, yeah, because that was a crit, and it didn't really do very much. So I'm relatively safe, I think, here. We're going to Protect first just to get the extra leftovers healing, and then Salt Cure, and from there I think we should be fine. Providing... Actually, I think Purifying Salt protects against that, doesn't it? Because it's a non-volatile status condition. I never quite know how these things work, but protects from a status condition, yeah, so like, hopefully, we just don't get caught by that. But it looks like Charge Beam is what's coming out here instead now. So this is the bit that I've got to watch out for. This is the part that might do a decent chunk of damage, and now the special attack is raised. So this gets a little scary. We'll see, that's a good amount of damage dealt at the very least, and now she will take chip damage every turn. We need to get another couple of hits like that, more or less, and we will be fine, but hopefully she just doesn't get too much more power from Charge Beam here, because that's the bit that I'm really worried about. Yeah, she just like keeps Confuse Raying on the bit there. I don't think that even works, but whatever, it's fine. So this Charge Beam is gonna do quite a bit more, but Smackdown is still the way to go here. Oh, it does work! Okay, right, yeah, so you're protected against things like Paralysis, but you're not protected from the Confusion stuff. Interesting, okay. I have learned something about Purifying Salt today. Thankfully, since Generation 7, it is now a 1 in 3. Oh, that's the other thing. I forgot about Levitate being nullified by Smackdown. Haha. Yeah, no, since Generation 3, we don't get quite as badly burnt by Confusion a lot of the time. It's a 1 in 3 instead of a 1 in 2 to hit yourself. This is gonna hurt. Okay, not that much though. We're fine. Special attack is now at +2, but I think Salt Cure should win here anyway. That's annoying, but I don't think we are going to faint anyhow, so we should be fine. And I suppose if I'm that worried, I could switch out to... who would I switch out to? Probably Cacnea, but I think that's also risking things a little bit, because Cacnea could also just faint if I do that. To Hex. +2 Hex would probably kill it, so let's not risk that. and hopefully we just break through. Oh, we don't. Okay, this is getting a little spooky. We'll admit that charge beam is gonna start hurting a lot. Oh, yikes! Just in case you were thinking that I was being too cautious with the leftovers earlier on. No, no, I was not. All it takes is to hit yourself in confusion a couple of times and things start getting very, very scary. Oh boy. We also now can't use Knuckle Stack for the next fight, but again, I think I'm pretty okay with that. Although we can't use Cacnea either, so gonna have to do a lot of reworking when it comes to the next battle, because yeah, we have got too much experience on the stuff here. I knew that experience charm was going to be a problem, but this is one of the downsides because I have got boosted experience, right? This is pretty much the major downside for having done that. However, once we get past this next fight, we do have the most excellent Donphan for the future. This thing is absolutely monstrous and will be very, very handy to have around for future fights. Gotta be careful when we use it, however, because yeah, you might think the ground attacks are like mega powerful, but there's a couple of things that just do not care about ground coming up in the next fights, so gotta be cautious about that one. Both so strong, yay! So, yeah, it's kind of neat. We managed to get through without too many issues. I will say it was a lot closer than I would have liked to getting a knockout against us there. So, kinda glad that that didn't happen, but it's okay. So the next fight we have to do is Kieran at level 25, and then the fire base is level 27. So Donphan should be very useful for that. Again, it's a TM. Fault Switch is really good though. This is a fantastic one to have access to. So hopefully we find an electric Pokemon to use that on at some point. That would be really nice. So, yeah. Alrighty then, we have got just one more thing to do now. After speaking to Geeta over here, we have one more thing to do, which is get ourselves our next encounter. We absolutely do want to be a champion. So, yeah. Aim high. Woohoo! Her hair is like absolutely ridiculous. Not gonna lie. Oh boy. I don't know, there's not a lot else to really say with it, I suppose, but yeah, let's get ourselves our next encounter, and we will leave it at that. Man, look at those HP values. Absolutely very, very scary. So yeah, also we can't use this, we have to wait until we do the Team Start base stuff for that. We can't use the Knuckle Stack, and we can't use Cacnea for the next fight. I don't think that's going to be that huge of a problem, but I guess it would have been kind of nice to have had Knuckle Stack around for the Yanma, right? And maybe this could be a problem because we know Poliwell, I think it's Poliwell at this point, let's see, Poliwell or Poliwag, right, is still in the next fight. That's going to be spooky. Alrighty, so time for the next surprise trade. Let's trade away that Donphan, see what we get as a result, and we will hopefully get something useful, hopefully get something that isn't hacked. That's obviously the biggest thing, right? But please, we just want something good. A fire type would be kind of nice to have. I don't know if they'd be great for this exact next battle, but it would be very nice to have one. So, let's see. I mean, that is one of the names of all time. Is it something that is usable? Maybe. It's in the Pokeball that Axel Blaze. That's kind of cool. It's something that came from the Pokeball stuff, specifically from Legends Arceus. So looks like it. Alright, so Hisuian Growlithe, looks like the username got censored a little bit at the end there. Don't know quite what for, but sure. Yeah, this is completely fine. It's traveled from the Hisui region, that's correct. And yeah, alright. Growlithe is really cool. And Hisuian Growlithe is, I mean, I said a fire type, right? This kind of clashes a little bit with Knucklestat, but Fire and Rock, oh, could be worse. I'm pretty sure I have a couple of these already, so this one might not take too long as far as the preparation time goes. Alrighty, and outside of its level, here is the completed on the Growlithe. I had plenty of these available of a bunch of different abilities. I might have even had a Flash Fire one, like it's that sort of... I did a bunch of breeding with this a while ago. And Rockhead is really cool. Its hidden ability is fantastic here. I shouldn't keep Head Smash because it is an egg move, but Flare Blitz is still there. Wild Charge is something that I actually have the TM for just now that should be very handy to have. Probably still don't want to keep it in against the Water type because it's 4 times weak to it, but still, it is possible. And EV Spread is very straightforward, it's just max attack, max speed. This one is Adamant, I think I am going to keep that. Hisuian Arcanine is very slightly slower than the regular one, but it's still, like, it has a bit more firepower I think as a result, so that's pretty useful. And yeah, max speed should still suffice for most encounters within the game. So yeah, 90 base speed, still good enough. And its move pool is really strong. It's going to be very interesting thinking of when to evolve this. I do have a Firestone like right now, but I'm not sure. We're starting to get to the point where we are fighting evolution Pokemon, so maybe it'd be worth just evolving it. But then the question is, when do you teach it all the moves and stuff? There's a little bit of back and forth for this one, but I think it's going to be pretty useful overall. And yeah, if we just go into some of the moves that Growlithe can learn here. On the main file, I don't have all of these on my extra stuff, but it's like Psychic Fangs is kind of cool, obviously Rock Blast is good. I have this one, we could do Rock Blast loaded dice stuff, actually, which I think would be very nice for just now. Rock Slide, of course, is really good as well. The Wild Charge, there it is, we could have that one. Flare Blitz is something that it gets either very late, or we could get it as soon as we evolve it, basically. Temper Flare is something I would have loved to have gotten, but this is specific to the Blueberry Academy gym stuff, like the Elite Four, so I can't really have that. Double Edge is something I could teach though, again with Rockhead being useful. So there's a bunch of really nice moves that it gets here. We can also have stuff like Play Rough as well, I think, when it evolves, but it's just like the coverage is really nice. And yeah, the typing is difficult to work with in terms of weaknesses, but I think it's going to be very, very strong and definitely going to debut in the next battle, that is for sure. So, for now, thank you very much for watching. This has been GamerCal playing the Pokemon Violet Wonderlocke Challenge, and next time we take on Kieran for our third and, for now, final encounter for the Kisakami stuff. Till then, take care.